Choo, choo, choo. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Duncan Hoover, and today I'm going to be reviewing, mostly showing off, some very interesting Thomas the Tank Engine merchandise, and some Matchbox merchandise as well. What you're seeing before you are some very, very rare, beaten up, and seen better days Thomas the Tank Engine Ertl. Take and play, take along, and wooden railway stuff. So we're actually going to start with the two Matchbox cars, locomotives first, and then work our way from the wooden to the take along to the take and play. So we are going to start with, and a huge thank you to Mr. Dratinimew, who gave us these Ertl stuff and these. I'll have a look at that in a moment. This here is our first lovely little engine. This is a Great Western Railway, as you can see here. 060 Pannier tank engine. Now these were the tank engines on the Great Western Railway, of which Duck there is based off, or Montague. Now I will be, when I'm done with these, putting them into this black bag on the floor. I'm just going to sit next to me under here so I can keep a close eye on these. Now, as you can see, it's a very lovely dark green. I am probably going to have to turn on the light, so I'll do that. Be right. And we're back. So as you can see, he's a very lovely dark green, which is standard for Pannier tank engines at the Great Western Railway. And as you can see, he does have a little bit of paint chipping. I'm going to have to buy another one of these greens and repaint him. But that is the first Matchbox. The second one is this diesel shunter with hopper car. We'll take a look at the hopper car first, and as you can see, it's very lovely yellow and red. And yes, it does tip. And yes, that is a bit of plastic stress you see up in that upper corner there. And it's a very lovely, so this is a Matchbox flat car made in England. And this is a Matchbox number 24 shunter. It's actually number 5, and as you can see, somebody painted it black, and of course it is chipping some of its paint. So again, I need to get this yellow. I will need to do a Marty's Matchbox restoration on this bad boy. And same with the Pannier tank engine. You know, get them back up to. Well, as I said, up first is Wooden Railway, and our first victim is this new NW Breaker, or Northwestern Breaker van. Now, for those of you who are the eagle-eyed people, should know that this is the brake van that old Dougie broke. That somebody has painted white on the roof. And as you can see, let's angle that a bit better, so we can get it better. As you can see, it's a NW1320 standard brake van for the Wooden Railway. And it is the older style, and that has moved, unfortunately. It's not straight. As you can see, it says NW brake van on the bottom there. Love the face, so that's all I can really say about that one. Up next is the Bronze Diesel, and that is what it says on the bottom here. Now, this one I actually got for free. My brother, who worked at my landlord's second-hand shop, was going through something, and she was going to biff this out. And then he was like, I have a brother who would love this, and he biffed it at me. And that's how I claim this very rare Bronze Diesel. And as you can see, it's just a Bronze Diesel, devious diesel. And then finally, a very blue painted Thomas the Tank Engine. Nothing on these. The only one who doesn't have his name on the side. And again, it's Thomas. I'll have to eventually, repaint him. So, up next is, of course, Take and Play and Take Along. With our first one being Merlin. And here you go, it's Merlin from the, Legend Beyond Sodal in Thailand. And I do love these clips over the magnets. And he's a very lovely silver. This is his name there. And, of course, in the show, he was like, oh, I can go invisible. Whoosh! And that was what his locomotive was. He's an experimental locomotive that appeared in the show, man. Yeah. Not really much else I can say about him. He was an okay character. Did not like his voice actor, I've got to be honest. They could have done better. And the next one up is Connor. And as you can tell, he's streamlined. Now, Connor is a 262. And I'm pretty sure he's actually not. But he's a very lovely couple of shades of aquamarine, light and dark. Gorgeous little tank engine, of course, there's his name there. And yep, that's that. That's all I can really write about. Up next we have the quite famous Sodor mining car. This is the Sodor, well, the mining cargo car. It has a little bit of a play feature. If you open this up, it will show different things. So we've got coal and gold, and a shovel. Nope, we have the mining equipment, signs, and then we're back to the coal again. I think the internal mechanisms need a bit of a repair work in there. So there you go, there's the mining company car. I actually found this at a second-hand place and got it for, I think it and everyone else for $1. We've got Arthur here, who's from the, I think that's the London Middle Service. Or, let me, so I'll have to look at that. So it's Arthur. He's a very bulky tank engine. He is a tank engine. Love his dark maroon. Or his reddish brown. Definitely a lot of fun. We have Oliver, who is a different type of tank engine. I don't remember exactly what he is. As you can see, he is starting to chip some paint. You know, he's bright green. He's, of course, GWR, Great Western Railway, alongside Dirk. I quite like him. I don't have Toad. We have Sir Handel, one of the narrow gauge engines. I love his blue, definitely. Look, it's Henry, and that's why I don't like the magnets. So as you can see, Henry is in his very interesting configuration. It's alright. It's not great, but it's definitely alright. Yeah, I definitely do love Henry a lot more. I'm really annoyed what they did with that, and I will talk more about Thomas. And it's little old Percy, as you can see. That's very different. Yeah, and there he is with the number 6, and he's a saddle tank. We even have Claudie from the Mountain Railway. Now, I actually wanted to see the Mountain Railway actually come to TV, and I'm quite annoyed that they never did. I'm like, Brett, come on. Would have been awesome, like, definitely double face, you know. Because this railway is, fun fact, on Sodor. The Claudie, the Godfred Mountain Railway. They just never showed it on. And it's diesel. And it's diesel 10 steamies, but it is the newer diesel 10 with this awful face. This is, I think this is Take and Play, or Take Along. But yeah, his Pinchy can move, and as you can see, it's diesel 10. And I did not like this version of diesel 10. They removed his iconic villain face. And now for this boy, this is a Iron Duke. I think came in Kinder Surprise. What's this? Alright, now we're going to get on to the only 2 bits of road vehicles. And then we're going to move on to the rolling stock, and then we're going to move on to the Ertl Thomas, the tank engine locomotives. We'll just move them all back. And as you can see, there is a lot of glorious characters we are going to be going through. I'm just going to move all the carriages over. Now, while I'm getting them all ready and organised and such, Ertl ran from 1986 to 2004. They stopped when they acquired the license of the company that was doing Thomas and Thomas and not Thomas and that. I guess you could say that's stuff. Thomas Take and Play. And the reason they stopped in 2004 is, as I mentioned before, they acquired the license. So let's take a look at some of the road stock, including, first up, is the Dragon from Thomas and the Dragon, or Percy and the Dragon. It is just plastic. Has some wheels. It rolls pretty well. And and I will show off the 2 flatbeds. And it came on this flatbed. Yeah. And of course, as it says, it's got Ertl on the bottom there. Okay, Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. Brett Allcroft, Thomas Limited, 1995. Of course, there you go. It sits on the wagon. Now, it does come with these little points, and unfortunately, these did break off of most of them, which is a shame. So, that is the Dragon and his wagon. Up next is this very beaten up Trevor. And again, I got all of these from Dratinimew, except for 2. Well, except for a few, actually. because I had some previously, but yeah. So Trevor here is, of course, a steam traction engine. As you can see, he doesn't have a face anymore. His funnel is bent, so I'm going to have to rebend that into, being straight. Paint him. See if I can find any videos on it. See if we can't do a Marty's Matchbox resuscitation on Ertl. If only there was an Eric doing Ertl stuff. But he does roll. Each of his wheels do roll quite well, and even this flywheel up here rolls. That's quite nice. So, yep, and he comes on this flatbed, and it is from the episode Saved with Scrap. Again, it's from the Ertl Limited from 1995. At least it's on there quite nicely. And of course, if you've got Edward, like I do, you can reenact that scene. And then finally we have Bertie. And he is a very lovely figure. Unfortunately, some of the stickers have fallen off and are in bad repair, so I will have to find pictures of the stickers and re-stick them on there after reheating them up. But he's not that badly gone. As you can see, it comes with the standard Ertl stuff. The Ertl company, made in Yarsville, Iowa, from Dyersville. And of course, this came out in 1988, so this is actually quite old. So this is 1988. Yeah, this is there. Just to show you how old Bertie here is. Rolling stock time, and first, we have the rescue crane, and I actually quite like it. This is, of course, before they gave it a name and a face and shit. Yeah, so its arm can move up and down. You will have to ignore the background talking. That is my brother Nightcap Gaming. Does rotate around quite lovely. And of course the hook does move. So you can pick up that. And also it does come with its stands, which is something you don't really see many Ertl figures, and we'll use Lady here. And then you can put them not on some of the mods. I don't think actually that we'll take Thomas. See if we can get Thomas on here. But there you go. Thomas is on the breakdown train. We'll cover Thomas in a bit. But yep, so when did this one come? 1994. So this is 1994 Ertl. We'll just lower down the crane, because you don't want the your boom arm to swing about and slash. And there it is, and it's rolling mode configuration. Now it does unfortunately have a snapped pin up the front there, so I'm going to have to look out to see if I can find a way to do it. If not, such, let us do a troublesome truck. And here he is. This came out in 1990, so 6 years before I was born. Very lovely. Yep. Oh, let's go, Mr. Flynn. There you go. Troublesome truck voice for you. Now we've got some tankers. Up first is a milk tanker. We've got Tibbeth Milk. And this one came out in 1993, so 3 years before I came into existence. Again, no pin. And it was a very lovely but very dirty thing. I am going to have to wash some of these at some point. Well, there you go. There's a milk tanker. We have a tar tanker. Now, unfortunately, Mr. Dratinimew did say he chewed on the ends of these, as all small kids would. Again, 1993, so these two are the same thing. And we have two fuel tankers. Now, Mew supplied me with one. I already had one. And that I acquired. So, and as you can see, they're both basically the same thing. That's how the pegs work. And these two actually still have their pegs. These did come out in 1993 as well. So there, as you can see, they're lovely yellow for the soda fuel. So I'm going to finish up with the rolling stock here. And then I will pause in this particular video, and we'll go on to the locomotives in part 2. So we're going to start with Old Slow Coach. Look at this beauty. Again, her pin is still slightly there, but I'd have to replace it. She came out in 2000, so I was 6 when this was born, when this was made. Oh. 1996, 1997, 1998, 1999, 2000. I was 5. I was 5. There you go. Because I was born in 1996. There you go. I will unfortunately have to replace that sticker there because it is peeled away and ripped. But other than that, she seems to be in pretty good condition. The rest can't be said about the rest of the coaches. In fact, here is poor Clarabelle here. One side of her sticker is gone. She's got a bit of yellowing on her roof. You know, she's a bit busted, you know, cracking the thing. Her entire back half is gone. And she came out in oh my god, she came out in 1987. Bite of 87 confirmed. And of course, here is Annabelle. And oh my lord, this is bent. I will have to replace it, you know, poor old Annabelle. She's like, oh dear, someone has bent my axles. This is 1987 as well, so poor old Annie and Clarabelle. They've definitely seen some better days. Now, the rest are just random coaches. This one I've had. Yeah, it's an express coach. Came out in 1995. We have a nice black coach, which I think is for one of the other engines. This came out in 1987. We have this very lovely, several of these very lovely red coaches, which unfortunately have seen some better days. Can't read that. There's one. With a different roof. Here's two. I'd have to re-sticker it. And here's number 3. Well, I'm going to flash through these because they're basically just red coaches. I think these are male coaches. And here is another express coach. I know it's an express coach because this is unfortunately all deteriorated. I'm going to have to get something on there and just remove it, probably like a something. And of course, we've got Todd, Mr. Oliver. They've unfortunately been in an accident. I will have to straighten that out, and re-put it into position, you know, refix it up. His face has definitely seen a lot better. And 1995, so a year before I was born, so there you go. So that's going to end it all for the rolling stock, take along, take a play, you know, stuff. And the next part, it's Ertl Locomotives. See you then. It's locomotive time, and today we're going to be taking a look at we're going to start with the 3 diesels. This one first. So this appeared in the book, in which Henry, who was suffering a bit of a problem, came and saved this dude, Diesel D199, and the locomotive that would come bear. This dude was really arrogant about it. He was like, oh, steam engines aren't good. Unfortunately, he is, despite being in quite good condition. I am going to have to remove the sticker remains of the windshield up here. I give him a slight repaint at some stage in his life. And this dude came out in 1983, I think. I can't really tell because it's closed up. There you go. So we've got D119. I'm also going to put them over here so we can have a look at them. This here, everybody's personal favourite, D261. He's a bit more beaten up. I think I actually had this locomotive as a kid. Some of his axles unfortunately are bent. So I will have to eventually find a way to fix it, or see if somebody else can fix it for me. Definitely need to repaint him. He's seen better days. But yeah, we all know him as old bowler cap. He's been beaten up. He's like, oh, please, I'm sorry for sucking up your bowler cap. And he came out in 1997, so a year after I was born. And we have a very beaten up Boko, who is missing a set of wheels, unfortunately. Has definitely seen some better days. He's got some grey, you know, he's got some paint coming through. And this dude came out in 1993, so there's old Boko for you. Our old diesel. I'm just going to reorganize everything. Just a bit better. Stephanie ran away. So we're going to get these next 3 ready, which is Claudie, or Godred, from the Mountain Engines. So as you can see, here he is with his face, and very nice dark purple. Of course, there's his back face, like, ooh, I've seen some serious shit, man. Saw a guy turn himself into a pickle. Funniest shit I ever saw. Yep, so he came off the Claudie Fowl Mountain Railway. Very lovely figure. We have Stephanie, who is a boxcar engine, who appeared on the Bluebell Railway. Came in 1987. Very lovely. That face, though, was like, hey man, you got some more meth? Love it. I do love his mustard yellow, though. I will have to double check to see if those screens is official. And finally, we've got the first engine to go 100 miles per hour, the City of Toro, who is missing his official stickers up here. No face, obviously, as you can see. Oh, Lord, look at that. Poor that is going to have to, unfortunately, come off and be repaired. But yeah, we've got the City of Toro. Now, this engine I wasn't expecting to get. So up next, we've got a couple of Saddlebank tank engines. This here is Wilbert, named after the Reverend Audrey himself, by his son Christopher. And this actually does exist, but not in this colour scheme. There is an engine out there that does have the Reverend. I am going to take these stickers off and reapply them. I'll get new ones. And number 16 here, who is actually, from what I've been told, these two locomotives are quite dear. So that is those two. And the reason that you don't really see those two in the TV show is these two are put characters alongside the Claudie Fowl Railway. Oh, we have Donald and Douglas and David, 3 of the New Caledonian engines. So here is Donald, and he's actually quite good repair. Out of all 3 of them, he is the best maintained. Or Donny. Gotta love old Donny. And of course, as we all know, he did smush that caravan, NW Brake Van. Here is old Douglas. As you can see, he's definitely will need new stickers and new paint. But it would just be better to remove the stickers, remove the paint as well, and just repaint them black. So yeah, we've got old Douglas. Now we have this mysterious locomotive. Now I picked him up like this. So he's red. He's been painted red. He's got Gordon's Gordon's wheels. That one I did do myself. When I got this figure, he was actually missing both of his rear tender engines, so I took them off this. You'll see it off this particular Gordon. I shove it on the back here, but the red and the white and the black I did not do. I will have to salvage them. But there you go. We have a mysterious New Caledonian engine. Now I don't have Toby, unfortunately. Sorry, but we do have a duck missing his funnel. Of course, he's a Panyard tank engine. He's old Montague. You better follow the rules now. It's Percy! As you can see, he is missing a wheel. I've just now noticed. Oh, poor Percy. I will have to find a Percy to cannibalize new wheels for him. Because this is just, oof. Poor old Percy. Like, these wheels have just had it, unfortunately. Poor old Percy. And of course, we've got the red splintered engine himself, James. Definitely in a lot better condition than I thought it would be. Up next, we've got 3 tender engines, 2 Gordons. This one here is painted black. Ow. Oh, I hurt my arm. Like he would have been in World War II if he was running on the London Northeastern. As you can see, I took the back end off there. I will have to eventually redo that to make him complete again. And eventually I will take this paint off him and repaint him into an official black Gordon. But, you know. He's unfortunately in better condition than this Gordon, who is... His front bumpers have seen better days. And as you can see, he is fully complete, you know. In his glorious A1 thing, we'd have to definitely get more... I definitely have to get stickers and paint him better. And finally, we have old Henry, who is his post-rebuilding crew. Ready to go vibe in his forest, yeah? So, yeah. And now, finally, we've got number 1, number 2, and Lady. So, here we've got Edward. Now, as you can see, he is definitely in a lot better condition than a lot of the other locomotives. In fact, Edward is in the most pristine condition. Edward, Stephanie, or Donny, and Henry, and James are actually all in very, very good condition. for their ages. This came out in 1989. Although now saying that, Edward's face is very, very loose, so we don't want that to fall off. Poor old Thomas here has definitely seen better days. I will definitely have to find, like, if I ever get another Ertl Thomas, this is just going to be parts. Like, I'd probably end up repainting this dude into the, you know, he's like, kill me. And then finally, we've got one of the main engines of Thomas and the Magic Railway. Voiced by Britt Allcroft herself, is Lady. And my god, is she gorgeous. This is one engine I never thought I'd ever see or get my hands on. And then finally, we've got some narrow gauge engines. We have another Sir Handel. You know, he's a bit beaten up. I'd have to remove the sticker. I don't know why I'm saying the we, but I definitely would have to remove the sticker, repaint him up. Yeah, definitely seeing a bit more better. We've got Peter Sam. And I do love the fact that they've actually tried to mold in the different pistons, like, that they had. And fun fact, we actually have all three engines from Duke's old railway. And speaking about that, here's the old man himself, Grand Puff. I am really sad that they didn't do more with Duke in the show. Same with him and Bertram. In the books, he kept repairing, like, that is quite loose. So I'd have to super glue that back into place. And finally, it's me! What the hell do you mean it's you? I am Duncan. You're not Duncan. Actually, Duncan, I am Duncan. Oh, that's a load of hogwash. But what have you done to me paint? I need to get a new coat of paint. Look, the more you keep complaining, the longer I'm going to hold out this review. Alright, fine. But yeah, we got little old Duncan. I'm not little. In fact, because you called me that, I'm not going to cooperate. You know what? The number 6 engine on the railway. And of course, Dratinimew, when he did find this, says, and I found you. And I've been introducing him as my small Duncan. So, that has been Thomas the Tank Engine, Ertl, Take and Play, Wooden Railway, and Take Along. And it has been a very fun gift to get. There are some locomotives in here that are very hard to get, like City of Toro. These two tank engines here, that diesel. Some of them are not in good condition, like that poor old Donald there. Definitely Thomas and Percy. But other than that, they are in glorious condition. Ugh, laddie, can we have one final say here? It's old Dougie. Sure, Douglas. Donald. Oh, Donny here. Do you mind if I say the farewell? I mean, I have no complaints. Anybody else want to? Yes, you should probably let experienced expression. Ugh, wait your turn, laddie. We have to agree. Now, we don't need to stop this fighting. Ugh, who'll let the faceless engine talk? Hey, that's mean. I know, but I don't care. Quiet, youngsters. If anybody should talk, it should be me. You know... Oh, what? What? Yes, excuse me. None of you are going to say it. I'm going to say it. This is Duncan Hoover saying G1 Superior, who is not here currently. And I'll catch you in the next one. All aboard!